Hey everybody, it's Niall. Welcome back to Niall Reads and Smiles. This is my very first video of 2019 and I'm so excited. I'm feeling the new year energy just flowing through me right now. Today I am so excited to share with you guys my 2019 reading goals slash challenges. Now these are just challenges slash goals that I've made for myself. After kind of reviewing everything I read last year, I decided that there's some tweaking or some books that I really wanted to try and get to this year, some genres I wanted to try and get to. So yeah, before I get into everything, I wanted to say, after popular requests, I decided to create a Goodreads account, so I do have one now. Thank you to everyone who commented. I think I mentioned in my last video that I didn't track what I was reading last year or in 2017, and it was really frustrating for me because I didn't really have a record, and I had planned on keeping track of what I was reading in my notebook, but I didn't do that either. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna join Goodreads again because honestly, it's a really great app, and you guys can keep up with what I'm reading on a daily basis as well, which is something that I forgot you can do. You can like update page counts and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a Goodreads account if you guys want to add me. My Goodreads account is really boring because I haven't added like anything. Like I didn't add a bio. I have my picture and my username, which is Niall Reads and Smiles. I'll put a link down below as well if you want to just click on that, and then you can follow me there. And I still have to follow people too, so follow me and I might follow you back. The only book I have under my currently reading is Kingdom of Ash, which I am only like 100 pages into, but I am just, we're gonna talk about that in an upcoming video, okay? I will be doing some sort of video for Kingdom of Ash. I don't know if I want to do a vlog yet, only because the feels really hit me in this one. But anyways, let's get to my challenges slash goals I'm making for myself for 2019. So like I said, I only have 3 here. I feel like any more than that and I just probably won't accomplish anything. Number 1, I really want to read more self-published books. Now, the reason why I'm adding this to my list is because I think when I was 13, 14 years old, I was obsessed with Wattpad. I think I mentioned this in another video as well. If you don't know what Wattpad is, it is basically a website where you can go and write your own stories. It's mainly like fan fiction, but honestly, I read a lot of really amazing novels from young teen, young adult authors that never went like the traditional publishing route, that kind of just wrote their stories on there, as well as on Amazon. Any sort of 99-cent self-published book I bought, I read, I loved. I wish I had my old Amazon account so that I could have a list of all the books that I read during those years where I was just obsessed with self-published books, because I would have a lot more to recommend you guys. Anyways, I was reminiscing on this and I was like, you know what, I need to read more self-published authors. I think they're so underrated, and I just, yeah, we gotta show some self-published authors love in 2019. I already purchased 1 new self-published book and I'm so excited. I'm gonna plan on starting it tonight. But yeah, second goal slash challenge is to read 1 middle grade book a month. A lot of you guys have requested that I read more middle grade and review more middle grade books. I used to read way more middle grade back in like 2016, 2015, but I slowly kind of moved to the young adult and adult genres. But a lot of you guys who really love middle grade kind of miss my middle grade reviews, and you know what, I do too. I think I read maybe like 2 middle grade books last year. I also have a ton of Rick Riordan Presents books that are middle grade that I really want to get to. Also, I think middle grade books along with self-published books are really underrated, because I think I've mentioned this before, but I read last year City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab, which is a middle grade book, but it did not at all like feel like a middle grade book. It definitely had the ease and the simplicity of plot to be a middle grade book, but it had the detail and the emotional pull of a young adult book. Last goal slash challenge, which honestly this one is gonna probably be the most challenging for me because I don't gravitate towards these books. Honestly, I just think it's because I haven't really given them a chance and I had such bad experiences in school. Classic books. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And I just want to put out there, I do appreciate classic books. I do have a few that I love, Alice in Wonderland, The Great Gatsby, but beyond that, I really haven't ventured into like Jane Austen or anything. I do read a lot of classic poetry, but not novels. The more I'm growing up and the more I'm talking to older readers, bookworms, a lot of the times they reference classic books. They'll be like, oh, this book reminds me of like this scene in like Jane Austen, and I'll be like, I didn't read Jane Austen, I don't know. So honestly, just to understand the references people make and to you know, have that sort of foundation. 99% of the time, I read for entertainment, I read for fun, I read to escape into a fantasy world. Classic books for me, especially when I was reading them in school, it was like we had to stop and dissect every chapter, and I think that took the fun out of reading those books for me. And last year I reread The Great Gatsby after only having read it in school, and it was so much more enjoyable the second time around without having to like stop and analyze every sentence. Just to read a book for the sake of reading it is so much more enjoyable. 3 classic books is my goal. If you want to recommend me maybe your favorite classic book, like I said, I read, oh gosh, Huckleberry Finn. I think I've read Huckleberry Finn like 6 times. It was the one book they just had us reading every year in school. The Great Gatsby, every version of like Alice in Wonderland. Recently purchased a classic book again, along with like a self-published book that I plan on reading this month. And I'm so excited too because I feel like there's been a lot of film adaptations of classic books, so that's kind of also an incentive to read them so I can go and compare them to the film and be that person that's like, it wasn't like the book. But yes, until next time, keep reading, and I will see you guys in my next video.